We resume our search into the nooks and crannies of the metro. From Pasig, we now go to Makati and Taguig, specifically the Bonifacio Glover area, where we discovered more dining places.
One of them is Mad Mark's Creamery and Good Eats, one of the newer restaurants here serving good old homemade ice cream. This is actually their third branch, and they have recently opened their fourth and fifth branches. Why the dizzying pace of expansion? Well, we talked to Iris Quinones and Garnett Garcia, who are the restaurant's marketing officers. The market response to the restaurant has been very encouraging, say the girls, so the owners have opened all the subsequent branches.
So this branch is located here in BGC, so medyo yung market is medyo high-end. So yun yung pinaka-difference niya talaga sa ibang branches.
A single scoop of ice cream here weighs about 110 grams and sells for 95 pesos. The shelf life of their homemade ice cream is only 7 days, but it is best consumed 30 minutes after being brought out of the freezer. And this is why they do not sell their ice cream by the gallon. One of their best sellers in their Frozen Delight lineup is everyone's favorite, the Dikan ice cream. And their good eats? Here they are.
These are the best seller here at Mad Mark's. We have this sirloin cheeseburger, and then it costs 280 pesos. And it comes with 5 chips. And then the next one is we have the signature steak. And then for signature steak, you can choose 2 sides. And then recommended for the sauces is we have the cream mushroom sauce, or we have the bootstrap steak sauce. And it costs 315 pesos. And then we have the party wings for appetizer. And then for party wings, we have the Raging Cajun, which is sweet and spicy. And then if you want something smoky, we have the Johnny Double Black sauce. And then it costs 320 pesos, sorry. And then for kids lover, and then we have the fried yardbird. And then it comes with garden range, which is rice mixed vegetables. And then it comes with the sauce of Raging Cajun sauce, and then the kimchi.
With that kind of spread, is there room for dessert? You bet there is, because good homemade ice cream is always hard to resist. And now we come to an iconic brand which has been around for decades. Ilustrado, which specializes in good Spanish and selected Filipino favorites. V by Ilustrado Cafe Lounge is their branch at the Fort, located in the ground floor of the elegant Volkswagen showroom. The daughters of owner restaurateur Bonnie Pimentel, Bernice and Bea are now in charge of V by Ilustrado, and they brought with them their new takes on some good old Filipino favorites, along with the classic Spanish ones.
Hi, I'm Chef Bernice Pimentel of Ilustrado. So now we are here at V by Ilustrado. The specialties of Ilustrado, I would say, is the Callos Madrileña and the Lengua con Setas. These are the very Spanish dishes that we've been serving in all the Ilustrado branches. But if we're going around the table, this one is quite new. We call this the Tuyo Putanesca. So the classical Putanesca is served with anchovies, but we Filipinized it by serving it with tuyo instead of anchovies. Ilustrado is also very famous for our Caesar salad. So we turned it into a sandwich by making it into a chicken Caesar salad panini. So we use our homemade salad dressing. We serve it with grilled chicken, with bacon, the parmesan, the works, and then we press it in a panini presser. The brioche is homemade as well. We make it ourselves. So you get the best of both worlds, I would say, with your salad dressing into a sandwich. If you want a more heavy dish, there you have it. We do serve tapas, so we call it tapas tapas. These are just a few examples of it. We have the beef salpicao, which is an Angus beef. Usual, we saute it in garlic, olive oil, Spanish paprika, just season it with salt and pepper, that's it. And then we have what we call our gambas and our mushroom al ajillo. Again, same, shrimp sauteed in olive oil, garlic, chili fingers, and some Spanish paprika. This is our chorizo fritos, which is chorizo Bilbao. It's very Spanish, so it's very simple. Since Ilustrado is again very Filipino-Spanish, we are offering our chorizo burger. So apart from our V burger, which is 100% Wagyu, we are serving this, which is 100% chorizo. The usual flavors, the spices, the garlic, the paprikas. So we turn it into a burger, we serve it with red cabbage and garlic aioli. Okay, for the sandwiches, we serve kamote chips. So still, again, very Filipino. So as opposed to potato chips. And Ilustrado, a menu wouldn't be complete with Ilustrado if you don't have the palabok, topped with bagnet. Okay, so we make the sauce ourselves. It's made from simmering shrimp shells. So it's like taking the flavors from the shrimps and then cooking it until it's nice and thick with some seasonings. And then we use thick rice noodles to go with it, and then top with chicharon and a thrice cooked pork belly, which is the bagnet. Okay. The lengua con setas is one of the house specialties as well. Some people are not very fond of it because it's ox tongue, but once you try it, you won't even think it's made from an ox tongue. So it's really good. It's nice and soft. The sauce we serve it with is a brown mushroom sauce, which we make ourselves as well. So we make everything from scratch. We make the stock. We simmer the bones until we get a nice full flavor, and then we serve it with our lengua. Last but not the least, of course, any meal in Ilustrado won't be complete if you don't have our classic Ilustrado cakes. They're very classical to look at. It's straight to the point. You have your carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. You have your Sanstrival. We make our Sanstrival, the buttercream is salted, so you get a mix of the sweet and salty flavor. We're very famous for our chocolate fudge cake and our baked cheesecake. These are the two best sellers, I would say. But for those who want to get the best of both worlds, you can also have our chocolate decadent cheesecake, which is a half baked cheesecake and a half chocolate ganache. So that way, when you eat it, you get both light and sinful, I would say. Last on the dessert is our blueberry cheesecake, which is contrary to the baked cheesecake. This is a no-bake cheesecake, and then it's light and creamy, and then we just top it with blueberries, and then that's it. So last but not the least, we have our callos madrileña. It is also made of ox stripes that we slow cook it for 3 to 4 hours until it's nice and soft. That's also the reason why our callos madrileña is nice and thick, because it's because of the ox stripe. So we saute it also with bacon slab, chorizo, some garbanzos as you can see, and pimiento, and then Spanish paprika, since again the common spice that we use is Spanish paprika. So yeah, there you go. Ox stripes, bacon slab, chorizo, garbanzos, pimiento. Finish it with sili sigang, and then you have a very nice, very good callos madrileña.
They are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or even just for drinks. And before we leave the Gig City, here's one more discovery for you. Cafe 7107 Culture and Cuisine, located at the ground floor of Treston International College at the BGC. Imagine having a nice meal and imbibing your own rich culture and heritage. That's what 7107 in partnership with Treston International College is all about.
We opened our doors to the public on June 20, 2016, and we've been around for about 5 months now. 7107 is named after 7,107 islands of the Philippines. We are committed to celebrating the best of the 7,107 islands, its culture, its people, its art.
They aim to be an active channel not only for native cuisine, but for our local talents as well, thus celebrating what the Filipino can offer in terms of culture, art, and food. And for their bestsellers, 7107's marketing office, Therese Tibayan, has quite a spread here. This is their crispy kare-kare or bagnet in kare-kare sauce, made more special because their peanut butter is sourced from Polillo Island. Therese swears by their tapa, which is Swedish and very tender. For dessert, they have their chocolate turon, their own concoction featuring the iconic chocolate. And finally, there is their molten lava oozing with chocolate and filled with pastillas at the core and served with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top. It's time now to drive all the way to Makati for more interesting finds. And first on the list is Le Petit Souffle at the Century City Mall that is near the exclusive villages in the Makati area. From the outside, Le Petit Souffle looks dainty and very, very neat. The name evokes French memories of that iconic dish that is so representative of this romantic land. Inside, the ambience is sunny and bright. In fact, it is a veritable garden within white walls and green leaves drip from the ceiling, recalling sunny France. This is their fun version of the Spanish paella, but huge serving indeed.
This is one of the most popular one. It's actually good enough for two, or if you're really hungry, it's for one. It's our bestseller. It's the squid ink rice. It's Japanese short grain rice under, which is mixed with squid ink that we imported from Spain. And then we have our organic egg scramble. And then we have our seared and grilled. It's a combination of seared mushrooms and grilled seafood, which goes on top. It's similar to paella, but it's very quirky. Again, it's Japanese influence. And then we put shimeji mushroom and then some salmon roe. It's a very fun and delicious.
And from there, we go to another restaurant still in Makati, the Commune Cafe, run by one of three owners, Rose Juan, who comes from a family of entrepreneurs. After working in the food and beverage industry for a few years, she ventured into opening her own cafe. The Commune Cafe, which is an old house converted into this cafe. The old wooden floors have been preserved, as well as the old ceiling and most of the walls. The Commune Cafe is proud to serve 100% Filipino coffee sourced from different coffee farms in the country. In fact, 98% of what you will find in this cafe is local, from the furniture down to the food and pastries served here.
Like Bayani Brew, we were one of the first stockists of Bayani Brew. With granola, it's from Davao. So it's granola that this two wonderful ladies, a mother and daughter tandem, have mixed together. So we have that. Even the water that we have here, the bottled water, is a portion of the sales goes to a good cause as well. So all these products that we're trying to help out.
And their offerings? This is their longanisa pasta, which sells for 300 pesos. This is Rose's personal favorite, their very satisfying but light grilled cheese sandwich. This is their beef tapa served with fried rice and a fried egg for the hungry breakfast seeker. And these, according to Rose, are the croque monsieur and their croque madame. This apple pie is from a loving grandmother's recipe, while this cookie shot is from a young home baker who aspires to have her own retail space one day. For drinks, this is their iced toddy and their iced latte. And with that, we pack our bags and head for another city of discoveries, Mandaluyong City.
The final stretch of our BNL year-end special coming up in a moment. Stay with us. More food trips coming up.